Alright, in this video, I'm gonna be going over all the family trees indoors. There are a lot of characters that are related by bloodline or by creation. So in this video, I'm gonna be covering all of them. Real quick, please consider subscribing or the groundskeeper is gonna come and step on you. So the first one is the biggest reveal. Did you know that the groundskeeper, Sally, and Grampy are all related? That's right, they are one big or small happy family. So the first entity or creature in the family tree is Grampy. He is the grandparent of the groundskeeper. From several of his dialogues, we can assure that he is indeed the father of the groundskeeper. Gramps literally calls groundskeeper Sonny. So that connection right there is very straightforward. But have you ever wondered why he's called Gramps and not father or something? That's because he's actually got a granddaughter, and that granddaughter is none other than Sally. Yes, this freaky child is the granddaughter of Gramps and the daughter of the freaking groundskeeper. So just like the groundskeeper, who is actually not an evil entity, he doesn't want to kill you, and he's a neutral entity. He only fights you or kills you if you step on the grass. Similarly, Sally is also a neutral entity. How you deal with Sally is when you encounter her, you have to drop whatever item you're holding and you have to give it to her. Or if you don't give it to her, she will kill you, making her a neutral entity as well. And the evidence for this? Well, firstly, Grampy is called Gramps or Grampy because he has a granddaughter. But the biggest clues are from this UGC item. This is called Grampy's Scarf by Elsplash. And this says, "This here scarf, hand-stitched for my little princess, kept her warm till she took up and ran off. Now I'm keeping it warm for her till she finds her way home. Hope she's safe." This just goes to show that Grampy has a daughter, and that daughter is most likely Sally, who look kinda similar to Grampy. And the groundskeeper, well, he is kinda dead. There is a theory that he is dead, but to simplify things, they are a family of 3. Now, nobody knows what happened to Grandma or Groundskeepy. But yeah, they are an established family in the Doors universe. The next family tree we have is Grumble, especially the Queen Grumble. Now the Grumble family actually follows the ant colony's family tree. So similarly to an ant's colony, there's the queen ant or the Queen Grumble, and then she has her little minions who are the Grumbles. And the Grumbles are just grown up Giggles. So the Queen Grumble gives birth to Giggles, and those Giggles grow up to become Grumbles. That's another family tree that has been established in the Doors universe. So the next entity we have is El Goblino. And yes, did you know that El Goblino actually had a wife? So in one of his dialogues, he says that he misses his wife, and that earring on his left ear or his right ear was given to him by his wife. That's crazy. That's some really deep lore. It is also said that El Goblino, he himself says this, that he was much smaller when he came into the Doors universe, meaning he has spent a long time in this universe. So El Goblino is probably separated from his wife for a long time. Alright, the next entity we have is the World Lotus and its family tree. Well, it is the tree itself. So the World Lotus sits at the very center of its world tree, and the bramble seems to be its main bodily host. And below that we have mandrakes. So at the top we have the World Lotus, then we have the bramble. Now these things are technically not living creatures, but they are part of the same tree and same lineage. So I'm counting it in. And if we are counting the World Lotus, we have to count Seek. And Seek seems to be this massive gooey looking creature. At the very top we have Damn Seek. Then we have this ugly looking Seek, which attacks you when you're at door 200. And then we have Seek, the humanoid form. Now you could technically say that these are the same creatures, but they are different entities, but their host seems to be the same creature. But I'm counting it as another entity and putting them as one big family. Oh, I forgot to mention the eye stalk. The eye stalk is also part of the World Lotus family tree. So regarding Sally, Sally seems to be originally an entity from the outdoors and part of the family tree from Grampy and the groundskeeper, and she seems to have ran off, which suggests that she ran off from the outdoors into the hotel, which is not far away from the outdoors. This makes a lot of sense why we find her or encounter her in the hotel, but she's nowhere to be found in the mine, and why she's a neutral entity just like the groundskeeper. Now something I forgot to mention, we have Screech. Now Screech actually falls under the Seek family tree. Technically it also falls into the Grumble family, but the Screeches are basically just an infected Giggle. So we are counting Screech under Seek's family tree. So Seek's family tree, we have obviously the damn Seek, then we have the humanoid form, then we have the little creatures that like crawl around at door 200, then we have Screeches, which are just infected Giggles. By that logic, by that theory, we can also count the Queen Grumble as a Seek infected family tree. So at the end of floor 2, we obviously see Seek infecting the Queen Grumble, which would mean that she is now infected as the Queen infected Seek Grumble, whatever you want to call it. That is crazy, you know? This probably hints at what Seek's true motive actually is. Seek wants to control every living creature. It wants its ecosystem to grow and infect everything. That's crazy. Now, this is just a theory, obviously, but I don't know if I should count it, but I want to include the 3 Celestials, or the 3 archetypes, who are Guiding Light, Curious Light, and Mischievous Light, or the Modifiers Light, whatever you want to call it. They seem to be the 3 powerful entities of the Doors universe. They are probably at the same level to one another, and I speculate that they might actually be related. Now, I've made many theories on this topic, so go watch this video if you really want to know what I'm talking about. But to me, I feel like that all 3 of them are connected to one another. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about all the family trees, all the revelations that we're getting in the outdoors floor, and did any of it really shock you? So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and go watch this video.